Stop drinking plain water and doing absolutely nothing with it. And stop assuming that your legs are simply getting weaker because you are growing older. There is a massive difference between a biological sentence and a practical solution. Every single piece of standard health advice says the same thing. Drink more water, move a little more, and walk to maintain your strength. But after the milestone of age 60, drinking plain water alone only gives your skin and muscles roughly 30% of what they actually require to maintain a dense collagen scaffolding, restore physical firmness, and protect your balance. The other 70% is sitting inside a handful of simple, highly affordable whole foods and water additions that transform your daily routine into an active, science-backed cellular rebuilding protocol. Clinical data demonstrates that a significant drop in lower body circulation and muscle quality can actually triple your risk of a sudden fall or a loss of physical balance after age 60. A landmark long-term study published by the Journal of the American Geriatric Society revealed that mature adults over the age of 65 who experience lower body muscle weakness face a 72% higher risk of experiencing total mobility limits within just 5 years. That means nearly 3 out of every 4 people are quietly losing their physical freedom simply because they missed the early warning signs. We have thoroughly evaluated the most powerful household ingredients, ranking them based on peer-reviewed research published in some of the most respected medical journals in the world. This protocol has the capacity to support your lower body warmth within a matter of hours, restore fading muscle tissue, and return the absolute physical confidence you might have assumed were gone forever. Before we look at our countdown, please take a brief moment to drop a comment below with your exact age, and let me know the single physical concern that frustrates you the most right now. Is it the fragile, crepe-like texture on your neck? Or your legs feeling unusually heavy when you try to climb a flight of stairs? To understand why our bodies begin to feel stiff and unresponsive, we must examine the 3 profound structural changes that occur inside our aging tissue. First, your natural collagen production declines by approximately 1% every single year after the age of 30. By age 75, that structural loss approaches 50%. Collagen serves as the literal steel framework inside your body. Without that solid frame, everything sags, cracks, and faces a heavy decline. Second, after the age of 60, your blood vessels naturally experience up to a 70% decline in the production of a vital compound known as nitric oxide. Nitric oxide acts as the absolute master molecule responsible for telling your pathways to remain relaxed, flexible, and wide open. Without it, your blood vessels shrink, tighten, and narrow, leaving your leg muscles deprived of optimal oxygen. Third, our limbs develop a stubborn barrier known as anabolic resistance. This means your mature muscles become stubborn and unresponsive to standard protein signals, requiring a significantly stronger, concentrated trigger to achieve structural upkeep. The most powerful way to deliver those vital materials and bypass what aging has taken away is through the fluids and targeted foods you choose to consume every single day. Let us begin our countdown. Let us begin with our foundational addition, pure, fresh lemon juice. We are talking about the fresh juice of half a real lemon squeezed into 12 ounces of room-temperature water first thing every morning on an empty stomach. Your body is physically incapable of manufacturing a single strand of collagen without a continuous supply of vitamin C. Vitamin C functions as a critical cofactor in collagen synthesis, meaning the internal enzymatic reactions your cells use to build new fibers require it to proceed. Without it, the fibers remain structurally weak, fragile, and unable to form the tight framework that gives your tissue its elasticity. As we advance into our 60s and 70s, your natural capacity to absorb vitamin C declines significantly, averaging 50% to 60% lower than in younger generations. Half of a fresh lemon delivers a highly concentrated, bioavailable dose of vitamin C, combined with a powerful plant compound called Hesperidin, found in the white, pithy membrane of citrus fruits. Its specific job is to actively enhance the absorption of vitamin C straight into tissue. Consider a wonderful 72-year-old woman named Patricia. She described her skin as feeling completely deflated and paper-like along the cheeks. She had invested heavily in topical serums with almost zero visible change. We introduced this simple, zero-cost adjustment, starting every morning with 12 ounces of warm water mixed with the juice of half a fresh lemon before any food or coffee. Within 8 weeks, Patricia's tone began to noticeably even out. By week 12, her face appeared remarkably refreshed and full of life. Next, we must introduce biological silica, a vital trace mineral that plays a direct, irreplaceable structural role in the formation of your body's supportive fibers. Silica is strictly required for the activation of prolyl hydroxylase, the specific internal enzyme responsible for collagen cross-linking. Think of collagen cross-linking like the heavy steel rivets that hold metal beams together in a suspension bridge. Without a steady supply of silica, even your cell's absolute best efforts to produce support result in weak, fragile strands that break down rapidly. Your body's natural silica reserves peak in your 20s and decline progressively. By the time you cross age 65, the concentration of silica within your tissue is typically less than 1/3 of what it was during your youth. To implement this practically, look to include high-quality mineral water that explicitly lists a meaningful content of dissolved silica or silicon dioxide on the label, and consume it alongside whole eggs. Whole eggs stand as one of the most complete natural sources of a critical amino acid called leucine. Leucine is the absolute master key that starts the physical engine of muscle protein synthesis, the internal biological process by which your body repairs and maintains muscle tissue. To bypass anabolic resistance, 2 large whole eggs deliver a precise, therapeutic amount of this building block, sufficient to stimulate muscle repair even in a resistant system. Furthermore, the yolk contains vital vitamin D, choline, and a unique lipid compound called phosphatidylcholine that actively protects the integrity of your muscle cell membranes. As the years advance, these membranes naturally become fragile and less capable of holding on to nutrients. The yolk essentially acts as a protective shield for your cells. Now, let us examine premium wild-caught salmon. If your legs frequently feel heavy, if your calves cramp intensely during the night, or if you wake up with stubborn stiffness, there is a very high likelihood that chronic, low-grade vascular irritation inside your lower limbs is quietly degrading your muscle tissue while you sleep. Think of this internal irritation like a slow, constant forest fire that silently chars the muscle fibers. Wild-caught salmon is one of nature's most potent anti-inflammatory answers. The active compounds here are long-chain omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA. They act like a specialized response team, chemically stabilizing the environment and turning off the inflammatory cascades that naturally rise after age 60. A thorough clinical trial conducted by the University of Aberdeen followed adults over 65 for 18 weeks and found that those who included a proper source of omega-3s experienced a 22% increase in their natural muscle repair rates. Beyond this balancing effect, wild salmon is one of the most concentrated natural sources of a remarkable compound called astaxanthin. This is a potent, vibrant pigment produced by the natural microorganisms that wild salmon feed on in their native environment. Farm salmon do not contain meaningful amounts of this compound at all. Astaxanthin is recognized as one of the most powerful natural protective compounds ever studied. Research shows it is 6,000 times stronger as an antioxidant than standard vitamin C and 800 times more potent than CoQ10. Astaxanthin directly upregulates the expression of the actual genes responsible for managing structural maintenance in your skin and joints. It tells your DNA to actively care for itself. Wild salmon also supplies an abundance of active vitamin D3, the exact format of the nutrient that your skin can no longer manufacture efficiently under the sun after age 70. Widespread vitamin D shortfalls affect a vast majority of mature adults and are directly linked to balance issues, localized muscle weakness, and accelerated muscle loss. When preparing this wonderful food, baking, steaming, or poaching preserves the delicate integrity of both the astaxanthin and the omega-3 fatty acids far better than frying at intense temperatures. And here is a wonderful synergy tip. Always try adding a 1/4 teaspoon of pure turmeric and a small crack of ordinary black pepper to your salmon before cooking. The natural compounds in black pepper assist your digestive tract in absorbing the active, joint-supporting compounds of turmeric up to 2,000% more efficiently. This leads us directly to fresh spinach and dark leafy greens. Dark greens like spinach, kale, and arugula are loaded with natural dietary nitrates, which your system effortlessly converts back into active nitric oxide using the helpful microorganisms in your mouth. You are essentially using real food to completely bypass what time has taken away. A major study from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden discovered that including these natural nitrates supported an immediate 19% improvement in skeletal muscle efficiency among older adults. The muscles simply became far more efficient at utilizing the oxygen and nutrition already arriving. Spinach is also exceptionally rich in natural magnesium, a mineral that over 65% of mature adults are quietly running low on. Magnesium is required for hundreds of internal responses, and its most critical task is encouraging proper muscle relaxation. When your legs experience painful midnight cramps, or your feet tense up involuntarily, that is almost always a clear signal that your system is lacking magnesium. A single cup of cooked spinach delivers a massive portion of your daily requirement. If you are finding these practical, research-backed insights helpful for your wellness journey, please take a single second to click the like button right now. Doing so helps our message reach more mature adults who want to make informed, wise choices based on real science rather than aggressive marketing. And if you have not yet subscribed, please join our growing community today. Now, let us advance to authentic, plain Greek yogurt. Most people look at yogurt as a light snack. What many do not realize is that full-fat Greek yogurt is one of the most anabolically powerful whole foods available to a mature human body, and it remains dramatically underutilized as a tool to preserve independent leg strength. A single cup of plain, full-fat Greek yogurt delivers between 17 and 20 grams of exceptional, highly bioavailable protein. More importantly, it supplies a specific, rich profile of branched-chain amino acids that are absorbed directly into your lower body muscle tissue with incredible efficiency. But there is a specific biological mechanism that truly elevates Greek yogurt: its rich content of live probiotic cultures. These active microorganisms profoundly influence the gut-muscle axis. Recent clinical data reveals that a diverse, robust gut microbiome in older adults is directly correlated with greater lean muscle mass, superior leg strength scores, and a much faster recovery from daily physical exertion. Your digestive system actively regulates exactly how much of that food your leg muscles can actually harvest to maintain your balance. After the milestone of age 65, the natural diversity of the gut microbiome typically tapers down. Probiotic-rich foods like plain Greek yogurt help restock this internal system, ensuring your body can effectively use the nutritional data it needs to keep you moving safely. Always ensure you choose plain, full-fat versions, as low-fat variations typically replace the natural fats with hidden sugars, which actively drive internal vascular stress. This brings us to another powerful addition: pure inner leaf aloe vera gel. We are talking strictly about the clear, pure gel harvested from the inner fillet of the leaf, not the outer green skin or the latex layer. Pure inner leaf aloe vera contains a highly unique polysaccharide compound known as ace-mannan. Ace-mannan acts as a direct cellular stimulator of fibroblast proliferation. In plain English, this means it physically prompts your collagen-producing factories to multiply. One of the greatest hurdles to maintaining healthy tissue density after age 60 is that the total population of active fibroblasts declines dramatically. By age 65, the active cell population in your dermis is roughly 40% lower than it was during your youth. Fewer factories naturally results in less structural support. Ace-mannan sends a direct signal to dormant cells, commanding them to reactivate and increasing the total number of production units operating within your tissue. A landmark double-blind clinical study published in the Annals of Dermatology followed mature individuals between the ages of 64 and 78 for 90 days. Half of the group consumed a daily beverage mixed with pure inner leaf aloe gel, while the other half received a matching baseline fluid. At the end of the trial, microscopic cellular assessments documented a statistically significant increase in both active cell density and total collagen content. Their skin's capacity to bounce back from pressure improved by an impressive 36%, while the control group showed no measurable change. Furthermore, pure aloe contains natural plant sterols that possess excellent balancing properties. They directly target and quiet the chronic, low-grade skin inflammation that drives the overactivity of destructive enzymes. These enzymes are essentially internal elements that literally degrade your existing structural framework up to 3 times faster than your body can replace it. Ace-mannan accelerates production, while the plant sterols block early destruction. When sourcing your aloe gel, ensure the product is explicitly labeled as inner fillet, inner leaf, or decolorized and purified, and completely avoid any options containing the bitter outer green latex layer, as it can cause unwanted digestive irritation in mature systems. Simply dissolve 2 tablespoons into an 8-ounce glass of water once daily. Let us move to a true performance powerhouse: whole beets and pure beetroot juice. Beets contain dietary nitrates in concentrations that are roughly 3 to 4 times higher per gram than any leafy green. 1 medium beet, or an 8-ounce glass of pure juice, supplies a significant concentrated dose of these organic compounds. When these nitrates reach your system, your biology converts them into active nitric oxide with ruthless, undeniable efficiency. The result is a profound vasodilatory cascade, a sudden, protective opening of your blood vessels that floods your lower extremities and skin with oxygen-rich blood in a way that aging vascular tissue normally cannot produce on its own. As a result, blood flow toward your paths can increase by 30 to 50% within just 2 to 3 hours of consumption. A groundbreaking study conducted at Wake Forest University discovered that mature adults who consumed the equivalent of 2 medium beets before moderate movement demonstrated a 38% increase in blood flow to the specific regions of the brain associated with motor control. Beets do not simply improve what is occurring inside your limbs. They actively optimize your brain's capacity to control and coordinate your legs. For seniors concerned about unexpected balance issues, coordination drops, or nerve-to-muscle communication, this is an enormous biological victory. A landmark clinical trial published in the Journal of Applied Physiology followed mature adults who included a modest portion of beet juice in their routine daily for 15 days. The results were life-changing. The participants demonstrated a 45% improvement in lower limb blood flow, a 38% reduction in systemic vessel stiffness, and a 22% increase in their total walking endurance. Many individuals report experiencing a wave of natural warmth returning to their feet within hours of their very first glass. And now, we have finally arrived at our absolute #1 premier intervention. This is a strategic pairing that creates a genuine biological symphony, where the combined effect is vastly greater than the sum of its individual parts. Our #1 protocol is dissolving high-quality, hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides straight into cold-brewed green tea. Marine peptides are derived from the skin and scales of fish, and they possess a structural profile that is approximately 90% type 1 collagen, the exact, specific variety that constitutes up to 90% of the human skin and vessel matrix. High-quality marine peptides are enzymatically hydrolyzed into tiny, bioavailable fragments that bypass complex digestion and absorb directly through the intestinal wall into the bloodstream. A comprehensive meta-analysis published in the journal Nutrients reviewed 11 separate, double-blind, randomized, placebo-controlled trials. The data confirmed that daily consumption of these specific marine peptides produced a measurable increase in structural density on a cellular level, with significant improvements appearing within just 4 weeks of daily use. This is precisely where the green tea component transforms the entire routine. Cold-brewed green tea is rich in a potent plant catechin known as EGCG. EGCG directly upregulates a master cellular signaling pathway inside your fibroblasts. This pathway functions as the internal switch that commands your cells to build new structural fibers. When EGCG turns this switch on, it dramatically amplifies your cell's sensitivity to the circulating peptide fragments in your bloodstream, making your cells up to 40% more responsive to the signal. Think of the marine peptides as an urgent text message sent to your cells, commanding them to rebuild. On its own, the message is highly effective, but the EGCG in green tea turns the volume up so loud that the message comes through with undeniable clarity. Furthermore, EGCG directly suppresses the overactive enzymes that would otherwise rush to destroy newly produced structural fibers, cutting their destructive capacity by up to 53%. You are simultaneously delivering the building signals, maximizing your cell's sensitivity to those signals, and blocking the elements that cause early breakdown. To execute this premier protocol, place 4 green tea bags into 1 liter of room temperature water and allow it to steep quietly inside your refrigerator for 8 to 12 hours overnight. Cold brewing extracts the active EGCG at up to 1.5 times the concentration of hot brewing, while significantly reducing bitter tannins, making it exceptionally smooth and gentle on a mature digestive tract. In the morning, take 12 ounces of this cold tea. Add 12 grams of pure marine peptides, stir for 30 seconds, and consume it on an empty stomach. To implement this comprehensive strategy safely and achieve the ultimate return of physical warmth, strength, and tissue resilience, we must establish a clear, structured daily routine based on 4 critical rules. Rule 1. Always prioritize an empty stomach. Never mix your active, nitrate-rich beverages or peptide drinks directly with a heavy, solid meal. To allow your vascular pathways and cells to absorb these compounds optimally, always wait at least 30 minutes after drinking before consuming solid food. Studies confirm that peptide absorption into the bloodstream is up to 40% higher in a fasted state. Rule 2. Avoid mouthwash immediately after use. The essential conversion of organic nitrates from your greens and beets into active flow signals relies completely on the helpful, natural microorganisms living on your tongue. If you use strong antibacterial mouthwash immediately after drinking, you eliminate these helpful sensors and lose a significant portion of the circulatory benefit. Rule 3. Use quality fats for synergy. To lock this entire architecture together perfectly, always pair your fat-soluble nutrients with a source of quality fat. The absolute gold standard here is extra virgin olive oil. Extra virgin olive oil contains a highly potent compound called oleocanthal, which directly targets internal discomfort and joint irritation. A landmark multi-year study published in Clinical Nutrition followed over 800 adults over the age of 65 and found that those who consumed a minimum of 4 tablespoons of quality extra virgin olive oil daily demonstrated a 37% lower incidence of sarcopenia, the progressive, age-related loss of muscle mass. The polyphenols in extra virgin olive oil appear to directly stimulate the master pathway switches for muscle protein synthesis independently. Drizzle it generously over your spinach and eggs to maximize the absorption of all fat-soluble vitamins. Rule 4. Consistency over perfection. While the initial waves of vascular warmth and relaxation occur within hours, the deep, long-term restoration of your smallest capillaries and tissue pathways is a gradual process that compounds over several weeks of dedication. Let us look at exactly how to execute this complete blueprint starting tomorrow morning. First thing in the morning, drink 12 ounces of your prepared cold-brewed green tea mixed with 12 grams of hydrolyzed marine collagen peptides on an empty stomach. Alternatively, rotate this with an 8-ounce glass of pure beetroot juice or fresh celery juice. Next, prepare your morning meal, consisting of 2 soft-cooked whole eggs, paired with a handful of dark green spinach gently sautéed in 2 tablespoons of premium extra virgin olive oil. This combination supplies the leucine, magnesium, silicon, and healthy fats your cells require to start the day on an unshakable foundation. In the afternoon, enjoy a clean cup of plain, full-fat Greek yogurt to support your gut muscle axis. Or enjoy a refreshing glass of water mixed with 2 tablespoons of pure inner leaf aloe gel and a squeeze of fresh lemon juice to continuously fuel your cellular factories. Finally, include quality wild-caught salmon or a rich bean and roasted beet dish in your weekly dinners to extinguish low-grade vascular stress and maximize your walking endurance. Your body retains an incredible, proven capacity for repair, growth, and renewal well into your 80s and 90s. Give your system the precise organic building blocks it requires, and it will reward you with the strength, comfort, and physical freedom you completely deserve. Thank you so much for exploring these research-backed strategies with me today. Take outstanding care of your health. Look after one another. And I look forward to seeing you right here in our next episode.